Tweeter, Skeeter. Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire, the Kick-Ass Reverend. Excuse me. Cozy. Kick-Ass Reverend Gaming Podcast.
What did I do? Is there something I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing?
I'm one of your hosts, Adam, tired of being interrupted, Gumbert, and we have a bevy of people with us today. First of all, we have Joel. How about the Bears? Campos.
Dude, the cardiac Bears. They won't die. They won't die. They're never going away. They're going to win the Super Bowl, and everybody should just accept that.
I'd be happy. Speaking of a heart attack, Alex, heart attack, Cosina.
Hey, I'm doing pretty well. Speaking of heart attacks, you might remember that towards the end of last year, my big old Sony a6100 camera was crap shooting real bad. It would just randomly conk out. I determined that apparently the reason it was doing so was because of some dust. Apparently, this particular brand of camera is very prone to having dust get stuck in this one little turny thingamabob on top of the camera. So I got a big old can of compressed air, spritzed it inside the camera, and now we should be good to go for the next 6 to 8 months.
We also have Chad, get out the sillies, Michael Ennis.
AKA Skeeter Repulsa, make my monster grass!
Skeeter Repulsa, that's good.
Chad got a fresh haircut, if you can't tell.
Yeah, it's fresh. Yeah. It's 4 weeks old, and I'm getting another one tomorrow.
Whoa.
I hope it gets longer.
You fancy bitch. Live, you can catch us live on twitch.tv/RespawnAimFire, Monday evenings at 8:30. YouTube and podcast services Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Some housekeeping before we get into the show. The show's going to be a fun one. The first barf game, that's backlog accomplishment with Respawn and Friends, of the year 2026 is Returnal.
Ooh.
So we've decided that we're going to make that a 2-month game. So January and February we'll be playing Returnal if you want to play along with the crew. I'm assuming getting ready for Soros.
Yes. So I was the person that decided on this month's barf game candidates. The other candidates were Slave Aspire, High on Life, and Code Vein. The theming being these are all games that within the next few months are due to receive either direct sequels or, in the case of Returnal, a spiritual successor in the form of Saros. And you all voted for Returnal. Initially, the plan was to play it during just January, but Returnal, kind of a big game, kind of a game that will kick your ass. And so we decided just before tonight's episode to extend it to both January and February. So you have plenty of time to play it.
Februario.
February.
The month of our birthdays.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Cozy's birthday is Groundhog's Day.
That's true.
Do you have groundhogs in Canada? Y'all just winter all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we're winter like 30% of the time. Unfortunately, global warming has melted a lot of the snow recently.
Speaking of global warming, our early access episode for January will be Rafter Dark episode 12. It's coming soon. Thank you for your patience. Praying hands, or is it a high five? A reminder, if you want to vote in our barf polls or enjoy these early access episodes, you can do so by signing up for Patreon for just $1 on patreon.com/respawn. Aim fire, not for.
Oh, Respawn Aim Foreskin.
And also check out the tier list of video game podcast. It's a podcast that somebody is doing that is fun. Moving on to our main quest for the day.
Who's doing it?
Plug your shit.
Oh, yeah. The tier list video game podcast.
I put that in there for you.
Yeah.
I want the record shown.
Like
Adam didn't self-insert that in there. I did that for you.
I love you.
I did it.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's
you were supposed to be the chosen one.
All right, yeah, talk over me. It's supposed to be a new book club style podcast where I have a guest on every episode, and then we rank it on a tier list, and then you can vote on where you think it goes on the tier list. At the end of the season, the tier list will be revealed to all the people out there, so that's a fun one.
At the end of your first year, you should do a tier list of all of your tier list episodes.
That's way ahead of you, buddy.
Oh,
I've already got that idea. Episode 1 is out now. It's Resident Evil 4, the original version, and then next week, Jerica Hanna joins me to talk about Inscription, so that'll be fun.
You mean the GameCube version of Resident Evil 4?
Yes. Wow. That's the one he wanted to do, so we did it.
Jerica Hanna, I know that
inspired.
person.
We do know Jerica. Jerica's fun. So moving on to our main quest. So there's two things that happened here, right? We're going to do a fantasy critic draft, which is where we're going to draft games for the year and figure it out. But why do we do this? Okay, bye. Because
Least there with handcuffs in your room too.
No, right. We've started doing this little contest. Throughout the year, we'll do little games or little, things to determine who's the best gamer of the year, right? That's the whole reason we do it. It's like, I predicted SGF the best, so I get a point for best gamer of the year. I have the results for 2025. So we're going to get into these results before we go into our fantasy critic draft, which is a point towards best gamer of the year next year.
Right. So that we all know the stakes as we're choosing games.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go ahead and start. So last year in January, we did a bunch of predictions. And
can we just remind everyone, last year, I think we all tied for best gamer of the year except for Joel. Was that
I think that's
correct?
how it went. Yeah. I think it was everybody but Joel, because Joel wasn't there for most of it.
No excuses.
I'll go ahead and start. We did predictions beginning of the year, and if they happened or not, you got a point. We could counter it and get points. It's all here. Cozy said, Fair Games will
Prime
shadow
4.
drop. Fair Games shadow drops the only multiplayer-centric Sony game. That did not happen. Chad counted it, so Chad got a point.
I still stand by. I don't think that was an unreasonable prediction if there ever were a way to save that game. But now I don't think that game's going to be saved.
Yeah, it definitely didn't come out last year. Cozy's second prediction, Mario Kart 9 will be announced. Has better online, a hub world. Oh, man, he's sitting on all cylinders. You can walk outside of the cart. So, 0.75 points because he got 3 out of the 4. Still
I remember
acceptable.
that. I remember that. He thought it was going to be like GTA.
Yeah, you can walk around and stuff.
Yeah, you can start beating hookers as Mario. Save me, Mario!
And his last prediction, Kingdom Hearts 4 is reshown. Cars World is shown off as well. That is a big fat 0. Kingdom Hearts 4 does not exist.
They did show off.
Kingdom Hearts 4 definitely does not exist.
Parts, maybe.
I love that.
They did show off a couple of new screenshots from it last year. Those did happen. They did exist. That did happen. It does exist, but Cars World was not real, so I will take the L.
Yeah. Big L on that one. Now we're moving on to Chad. Chad said Yves Guillemot will no longer be in control of Ubisoft. That he is. They did a lot of restructuring, but that man is still making all the moves and all the money. 0 for you. Cozy agreed on that one, so he also gets 0.
Oh.
Pokemon ZA, the Switch 1 version, will be the worst reviewed Switch Pokemon game.
Oh, shit.
I think the idea was that they run really shitty and it's going to review bad because it reviews really well. Cozy and Joel countered, it in fact is not the lowest rated Switch Pokemon game. So they both get points for counter. Chad does not. I think it is actually the third. There are 2 below it, and then it's tied with another one. It got a 70 on Switch 1. For what it's worth,
though, that's still bad.
It's bad, but it's not the lowest one, so nothing for that. But then Joel and Cozy get a point.
I feel like I only countered Chad on that because I needed to counter him on something. But I really love that game, so that really worked out for me.
Yeah, not the worst one, just one of the worst on Switch 1, anyways. And then Chad's last one, Rocksteady announces a new Batman-centric game. I countered that. Rocksteady does not exist, or they didn't last year. They never said a word about anything, so none for Chad, 1 for me. Next up, my predictions. I said Xbox continues their strategy, sending unannounced games to other consoles. Again, this was in January. I said they will sell at least 1 million copies. Chad agreed with me, and yes, that did happen with multiple games. Forza, Horizon 5, Indiana Jones, they all sold 1 million and did well, so that's good. Switch 2 spurs a good Nintendo year, has 3+ exclusives nominated at the Game Awards, at least 1 in Game of the Year. There were 2 games nominated for Game Awards. 1 of them was in Game of the Year. So I get a half point for getting the second half of the prediction right, but it did not have 3. And then the last prediction for me, 3 big games for set for 2025 aren't real, aka get pushed without an official date. Those games are Judas, doesn't exist. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, didn't exist. And Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Joel agreed with me. We get 0.66 points because we got 2 out of 3.
Will this be the last time that Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra is brought up on this podcast?
Nope, it will not.
You'll have to wait to find out.
You have no other choice. And Joel's predictions were Xbox brings back an IP that's not Oblivion, because I think we knew the Oblivion rumors, but not anything else. Joel was correct. There were multiple. It was like Hexen came back and then Grounded 2. So there was a bunch of IPs that got rebooted.
I get 1 point per, right?
No, you just get 1 point. You said brings back an IP that's not Oblivion. So you get a point for that. Nintendo, GameCube, and Wii NSO, or GameCube and Wii are on Nintendo Switch Online, on Switch 1 as well as Switch 2. I ended up giving him a quarter point because we only got GameCube and it only was on Switch 2. So it's half of a half is a quarter of a point for Joel. And then last, GTA 6 does launch this year, is the best-selling and highest-reviewed game of the year. I agreed. GTA 6 did not come out. So as far as that stands, that's some predictions. We got some wrong, got some right. Cozy won Fantasy Critic League, so he gets 1 point for that.
Woohoo!
Chad won our State of Play predictions and SGF predictions, so he gets 2 points for Good on those. We had two more things that happened really quickly. We drafted holiday games like on Fantasy Critic. I was like, hey, pick these 3 games. These are the parameters for the back half of the year. And we did that. Joel, you weren't there for that one. Sorry, it is what it is. Chad drafted Ghost of Yote, which got 17 points. Consume Me, which got 13. And Final Fantasy Tactics Evolus Chronicles, which got 18 for a total of 48 points on Fantasy Critic. Cozy drafted Battlefield 6, which got him 13 points. Kirby Air Riders, which got him 12 points. And Mina the Hollower, which got him 0 points. So that is 25 for Cozy. Sorry, you immediately lost this one. And last but not least, me. I drafted Outer Worlds 2, which got me 13 points. Digimon Story Time Strangers, which got me 11 points. And Hades 2, which got me 30 points. Adam wins with a total of 54 points. Chad's 48.
I don't remember what this is.
Yeah, we did. We did Fantasy Critic, but it was like in September or something like that, just for like that part of the year. And last but not least, so I get a point for winning that one. Last but not least, Game Awards predictions. First, we had a guess and announcement. Joel said Halo would get a multiplayer reveal. Did not happen. Chad said Secret Level Season 2 premiering in December. Did not happen. Cozy said Benny Safdie shows up. Did not happen. And I said,
once again, good prediction. I think I'm playing the game well.
I mean, you didn't get it right. And then the only prediction that was right was me saying Tomb Raider announced for fall of 2026. So I get that one. Oh, we did some over-unders. Most wins in Game Awards history was 7 by Last of Us 2. Does Expedition 33 change that? Chad, Joel, and Cozy all said the over, which is the record, which they all got correct. Newly announced games from a major first party. The over-under was at 1.5. Me and Cozy said under. The only one that I could find was the Bad Robot game published by Sony. It's like 4 something. It's the Left 4 Dead game by Bad Robot. That's the only one I could find that was by one of the major publishers. So that's under 1.5. VR games mentioned. You guys correct me if I'm wrong on this. I don't remember a single VR game being mentioned at the Game Awards. No, I took the under. I was the only one to get a point on that one. Next up, celebrities show up. Award presenters, video, whatever it is. Over under was at 3.5. The entire cast of Street Fighter showed up, so this immediately was an over just because 17 celebrities came out. Joel, Cozy, and Adam all got that one. In-game musical acts was set at 0.5. The over that happened because the first thing they did was play Expedition 33 music. So that was Adam, Cozy, and Chad all got that. Joel got his. We all had to pick one category. Joel got it correctly by picking Best Sim Game, Final Fantasy Tactics. All the rest of us got it wrong. And then we guessed some winners. Best Indie was Expedition 33. 3 of us got that. Best Performance, Jennifer English. 2 of us got that. Art Direction, we all guessed it. Audio Design, all of us but Chad guessed it correctly, being Battlefield 6. Game of the Year, we all guessed Expedition 33. So at the end of all that, Joel had 7. Cozy had 7. Chad had 6. Adam had 10. So I win the Game Awards prediction.
At least 6 of those categories were things that Joel made up that none of us remember. So it's very dubious, but
Joel made them up?
We'll give it to him.
Wait.
Made up anyways. Doesn't
What's
matter.
up, Chad?
Doesn't matter.
We got a reveal for Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred.
Okay.
Which is a first-party big game, which brings that to 2.
You're right. That does bring it to 2. That change, let me see. First party games.
It makes me not last. And it makes your lead not as big.
No, it just makes me go down to 9 points, and then they go to 8, and you go to 7. So you're technically still last. I'm still first.
Wait, hold on a sec. Chad, I don't know if you remember this. Chad, remember the mid-year, totally legitimate, like mid-qual fantasy draft we did, where you, me, and Joel
Oh my
all
God,
tied?
yes. And Adam wasn't there that day?
Yeah.
I do remember that, yeah.
That the loser of that
Adam,
would lose
tell you to put that in
2
your
points.
notes.
They would lose 2 points if they got it wrong. And, Adam wasn't there, so he automatically lost 2 points.
That's like the players going to the commissioner of a sport and be like, we decided this thing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm the commissioner.
It's called unions.
Well, guess what? Union doesn't count. So, Cozy, you're talking all this shit. The person, after all our games, after all our prediction, everything we did, Cozy, you're in last place with 2.75 points for the year. That's even with winning Fantasy Critic. So you can sit there and complain and cry all you want. You're in last place, buddy.
Again, I don't even know what are we need a way to codify this a little bit better. You know what we need, and obviously I'm playing it up for the camera, but we legitimately
For your
should
new
have.
dust-free camera.
That's right. We should have some sort of Excel doc or Google Doc.
I literally have a Google Doc. Make
it public. Make it public.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah. Why are you keeping it private? Release the files.
Release the Epstein files.
I do not
the
care.
Gumby
That's fine.
files.
They're all right.
Release the Adam files.
I got you. Joel, you're in second place with 2.91 points. So you are...
There's an asterisk.
Uh-huh.
The asterisk is that you guys played a whole fucking game without me. That's the asterisk.
You're not here. What are you going to do about it? You're still better than Cozy, regardless. So, Chad, that comes down to me, you, for the best gamer of 2025. Chad ends the year with 4 total points.
Whoa, that's big.
Adam ends the year with 4.16 total points.
No.
Your boy is the best. I have the files. I will share them with you. It's fine. Your boy's the best gamer of the year. It is what it is.
I am going to hyper-analyze these files this next week, and I'm going to find...
At the very
if they come redacted, I send them back.
I'm about to say half of this is redacted, but you can...
At the very bottom of the file, it says Adam got an additional 0.65 points for, and then it's just a huge paragraph that's redacted.
Yeah,
wait, you just said it. What is it? Why is the part that says who you're in the hot tub with redacted? I don't understand how that's relevant.
Because it's not important to the contest. It's not important to the contest.
Why is Donald Trump in all of these files?
It's based Donald Trump. But anyways, yeah, so I'm Best Gamer of the Year 2025. Again, when you let me guess Game Awards prediction, that's what's going to happen. But all that's fun enough. We're going to move on to Fantasy Critic Draft for 2026, the Respawn Aim Fire.
Why is Stephen Hawking in this one photograph?
Is
Adam,
that a thing?
what are you doing?
Is Stephen
What were you
Hawking
doing
in
with these
the
files?
Epstein files? That's crazy.
I think he was, yeah.
All right. So, Joel, if you want to put that on screen now, we have our Fantasy Critic Draft. We're going to draft 4 games today. Fantasy Critic's like fantasy football. You draft a video game based on how it scores. You get a certain number of points. By the end of the season, we need to get 12 total games on our roster. You have 1 counter pick that locks a game into their roster, or if it gets negative points, they get stuck with negative points. You get positive points. And that's the basics of it. The 4 teams today are me, Team Favre Dollar Footlongs. I looked up fantasy football names from 2011, and that was at the top of the list, so I chose to do that. Cozy, what's the name of your
name wrong? Like that's
it's
not
Favre.
How you say Favre.
Yeah. That's how we spell it.
Cozy, I am Bold Standard Games. We're not the gold standard. We're the bold standard.
Super cool. Joel, what's your team name?
Oreo 64 games, period.
Yeah, I don't understand the period, but I appreciate it. And Chad, I just saw your name for the first time. What is your team name?
So we were talking before the podcast that my names are always 3 things. I don't remember what I said at the time, but here's what they are now. They're always uniquely me. They're always made up on the spot right before we have to do this. And they're always hilarious as hell. So this one is uniquely me because it's a throwback to the Sex Dungeon background. And I thought of the word Rumpelstiltskin, and then I was like something about ruffles, and then Gimp. And there you go, Gimp, Sex Dungeon, Ruffle, Gimp skin. Little wrinkly Gimp.
God, it's great. I love it. All right, so I'm going
Ruffles, I just want to say this real quick. Everyone clear comms. Ruffles, if you want to sponsor Respawn Aim Fire, please get in touch. We'll gladly sponsor on your behalf.
Gimskin has ninjas.
Nasty. So I'm going to set the draft order, and I'm going to click randomize 3 times, just so you guys know.
Okay.
So I'm clicking random 1 time. How do I change it again? How do I change this again? Draft order, okay. Random 2 times. And random the 3rd time. So I'm going to hit start drafting. And first up is me. Okay, very cool.
Something about everything in this episode seems like it's weighted towards Adam.
I mean, you saw me hit it 3 times, so.
Well, I didn't see Joel refresh the page all 3 times.
Hold on. I'm reviewing the document. It says here that Adam is personal friends with the founders of Fantasy Critic Games. What?
Yeah. We're best buddies.
Odd.
Mr. Fantasy and me are best buddies. I did it in my last draft I did yesterday. I'm going to do it again.
Sorry, I know you said this already. We're picking 4 games tonight.
4 games
fill
tonight.
out the rest of the 8 over the year.
Yep.
We're picking one counter pick tonight?
No, counter pick whenever you feel like it.
Okay.
You do not have to rush it. I'm going to take...
Any restrictions on remasters or...
No, it's just the basic rules. It's the...
Cool.
I'm going to take Forza Horizon 6 because those games always review in the 90s, so I will take that as a first round pick.
All right.
Enjoy that.
I took Grand Theft Auto. I'm taking Grand Theft Auto.
Joel's taking Grand Theft Auto 6.
How do I do this? How does this work?
Go up to the top, hit draft game, and pick Grand Theft Auto 6. All right. Ruffle Gimpskin, you're up. First of 4.
I'm going to refresh my page again. There we go. Draft game. All right, so here we go. There's a game coming out this year, hopefully. It's going to score well based on historical scores of this particular studio. And it's a game that we are all kind of excited about. Hence why we're playing the original, because I'm going to choose Saros. Old Saros. Oh, Rahu goalie. Love to catch the balls with his hands. That's my draft pick. Done.
Solid. Now, Cozy.
Yes.
You mentioned it earlier. There's a thing you said you were going to do with your first pick, and you cannot get out of it.
That's right.
Did I say it as my first pick, or did I just say it would be part of my first
is
4 picks?
You said, I will take this as my first pick because I need a handicap because I'm so good, even though you were literally last place for Gamer of the Year.
Okay, cool. I will contest
you do have
everything
back-to-back
else.
Picks, by the way,
here's
so
the
it doesn't
thing.
really matter.
I'm going to contest everything else that's in the Atom docs, but I won't contest this one fact because this seems like something I would have said in a drunken stupor. Marvel 1943. Let's search this game. I'm just curious. It currently has a hype factor of 3.6. For comparison, Marvel's Wolverine, which was going to be my other first pick, which someone else will probably snatch from underneath me at this rate, has a hype factor
you get a second
of
pick right after this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because we're
Marvel's
like a snake.
You have to take Rise of Hydra first because you said it.
Yes, I know. Marvel's Wolverine has a hype factor of 90.3 to Marvel 1943's 3.6. Let's go ahead. We will select Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra. Will Hydra rise? Will the snake rise? We will certainly find out.
Two Marvel
games.
I will draft Marvel's Wolverine. 2 Marvel games starting off strong.
Marvel's Wolverine. Hello.
Where's Knuckles?
He's the best there is at what he
Knuckles?
does. But what he does isn't very nice.
Boys.
Chad, you're up.
With Wolverine finally out of the picture, thank God. I didn't want that one even, so like, I'm glad it's gone. Don't even have that tempting me. I didn't want it, but I would have picked it if I had to. Now the real strong pick can come through because we all know last year's highest rated game, which is also the highest rated game of all time now, according to Up and Cred, is Hollow Knight Silk Song. And
that's
they have a
actually not
DLC
true.
Coming out this year. No, it is, according to So I'm gonna let's see if this Silk Song DLC that they announced is coming out this year is on here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sea of Sorrow. Ooh, I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna deraft that. Now it's in my
Chad.
Oh, what is
Chad,
that sound? What is that? Boop boop boop.
Because
Joel's it's drafted.
Yeah, Joel's the person, so it does a beep when he's up. Yeah.
Guys, I'm starting to become suspicious. Do you think there are some Chad files out there that contain some confidential Hollow Knight Silk Song DLC info?
I'm just reading what
Chad, release the Chad files. Release the Chad files,
Go
Chad.
to .com and you can check everything out.
What are you doing, Joel? What are you thinking?
I think I have
Madden
to
27?
go.
Joel, tell me all the games that you're thinking and trying to decide between. I'll help you pick.
I'm deciding between Resident Evil, Control, 007. I'm just reading the whole list. I'm just going to go with Resident Evil just because people love those games. People are super excited for it. I think that it's going to review well. So Resident Evil. Not 9.
Requiem.
Resident
Well, there's a
Evil.
9 in the title. Oh, boy, what do we do here? That's the question, right? Okay. Again, when you get the back-to-back, you can kind of talk it out, right? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to do it because all the nerds love it. And when nerds review JRPGs, they give them super high scores. And it's got the Nintendo tax. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, thank you.
Oh.
Can I review Nerds for a second?
Mm-hmm.
I finally found those new Nerds gummy clusters with the juicy centers in the middle of them. Not as good as the Nerds gummy clusters. There's not enough crunch to the gooey
Are they
gummy.
not? How's the juice factor?
Gummy.
Are they juicy?
They're not. They're not really even as juicy as Gushers, to be honest.
Wow, really?
It's just gummy clusters, the original. Those are the way to go.
Wow.
This
Okay.
might be a bit of a reach, but I want to get it. The people who made the horror game that all the kids love, they like watching it on YouTube and screaming in their rooms. I'm taking
Five Nights at
Reanimal. Nope, Reanimal. From the people who brought you
I think
the
I had
good
that last
Little
year.
Nightmares. Yeah.
Reanimal.
Mm-hmm. Joel, you're up.
You see, you guys are playing the game all wrong. You see, there's a button here that says show top available games. And you're supposed to just go down that list one at a time. And what I will say is if anybody takes 007 First Light, I think that's a mistake because we have no fucking idea.
Mistake.
No idea
brothers.
how that's going to be. I'm clicking through this a few pages. I'm going to look around. Marvel Token, Fighting Souls could be good. But fighting games, I don't know. I don't know about those, you know? I could do a shot in the dark and just go Fable and be very, very optimistic on that, even though we know nothing about that game. Oh, fuck, man. This is hard.
Fable is
Take the
coming
game
to
at the top of the
PS5.
list.
That might make that rate higher if you don't have to play it on a trash console. Oh, God, he said it. He said it.
I kind of want to go Control, but part of me doesn't believe that's coming out this year.
They said it is.
Yeah, I know.
You
They
also
can say
haven't
whatever
played
they
the first
want.
one.
They also said GTA 6 was coming out 2 years ago.
Well, it's coming out this year, so don't you worry about it, buddy.
Joel, I don't want to get you too wet, but
Oh, my God.
it was actually last year when they talked ever so briefly about Marvel 1943. They did reveal that game is going to receive DLC. So maybe check if you can get the DLC for Marvel 1943. And
They
drop
did
that.
also reveal that it was going to receive 10
That's
out of
not
10
true, actually.
from a lot of places.
That's true, actually.
How does Dave the Diver DLC review? Anybody know off the top of your head?
Wonderful.
Does anyone
Pick
still
it.
review that? Yeah, pick it.
Oh, yeah, the
Star
Jungle
Wars,
DLC.
Star
When you
Wars Galactic
commit, when you hit the
Racer.
draft game button, it'll show you all the previous ones after you draft it.
Mario Tennis Fever? There's another Mario Tennis game coming? What the fuck?
There's also a new Yoshi game coming I didn't know about.
Joel, all jokes and all seriousness aside, the Mario sports games as of recent have been a little bit all over the board. Some of them are pretty good, but they tend to miss more than
I've
they
made
hit.
my choice. Mainly because it's a game I'm excited for. I drafted Orbitals for the Switch 2.
Oh,
does look
that got a
solid.
good pop. People really like that at the Game Awards.
Yeah, everybody's
I'm
excited
picking
about it.
Arby's. I'm going to draft a game that before last week I had never heard of. I looked up the thumbnail for it about 30 minutes ago. I said, I'm going to hate this game. Y'all know how I feel about talking cats. Or cats just kind of in general. Not a fan, 0 out of 10. But apparently, the world is on fire about this Binding of Isaac sequel called Mugenics. Well, not sequel, but from the people who brought you
Spiritual successor.
Binding of Isaac comes Mugenics will be my next game drafted.
Here we go. What to pick? What
2 in
to
a row,
pick?
Cozy.
What to pick? For my first draft, I have no experience with this franchise. I've never played a single game in the Trails of the Sky series, but I know that people really love the first chapter, and so I'm going to go and draft Trails in the Sky second chapter. There we go.
Yeah, I
Drafted.
took that in my other league because that's the actual JRPG games that people were like, I'm giving it a 90, and there's only 3 of us, so this game's going to get a 90 on Open Critic.
Pretty much. Let's see. You know what?
Is this the last pick, right? We're only doing 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're only doing 4 today. So that's your last pick. Yep.
And it's sneaking around, which is why I get 2 in the row.
Nice.
Man, there are a lot of good options to go with right here, right now. A lot of good options
right now.
You know, I'm gonna flip my invisible coin, see where it lands. Oh, would you look at that? It's landed.
Would you look at that?
In a dark, dismal world. A world where blood is the foremost currency. Dusk Blood. That's because I am drafting the Dusk Bloods from Software.
That sounds like a Fox sitcom, like the Goldbergs.
I think it is perhaps not
Blood, Sundays
as guaranteed to be as great of a success as some of the other games in contention here. What was it called? Elden Ring, Night Ring, which came out last year. You know, not universally acclaimed, but I have faith. I have faith that they'll turn out a quality product all the same.
I'm not a fucking coward. Boom, Control Resonant. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
You did it. They said you wouldn't do it. I thought you were going to draft Marathon, personally. Because we all know that game's going to be a 95 at least.
Oh my god.
No.
We paid that artist a bunch of money, which means the game's going to be perfect now.
Yeah, perfect. I'm going to go with Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. These games traditionally do pretty good in the eyes of most people, so that's my last pick here.
I'm excited for that one in real life. What do I do as my last one? That's the question, right?
Yeah,
Marvel 1943 DLC.
Yeah, I'd rather
they're on the table, right for the picking.
Throw myself in a giant blender than pick that.
3D Mario platformer.
I'm gonna. Every time I take these, they do good. I'll never play them. I think they're boring as hell. But Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. I'm sure it'll get an 87, and I do not care. But whatever. There you go. That's our draft.
Dragon Ball Z
We
Budokai
now can put in
Tenkaichi 3.
bids. We can put in bids for new games, have a good time, do whatever we want. Papa John's. That's the quest for today. Whatever's
Shall
left
we,
is playtime.
Once more, before we move on to playtime, just read over everyone's individual crafts. Just to keep people up to speed.
So I, $5 footlongs, took Forza Horizon 6, Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave, Reanimal, and a Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties. Joel took Grand Theft Auto 6, Resident Evil Requiem, Orbitals, and Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Chad took Saros, Hollow Knight, Silksong, Sea of Sorrow, Mugenics, Control Resonant, and Cozy took Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra, Wolverine, Trails in the Sky Secret Chapter, and The Disc Blood, Sundays at 8 on Fox.
Right after the Funimation hour.
That's it for all that. I'm going to... Oh, nope, Chad died for me. Is he there for you guys?
I see him.
I'm here for me.
I'm going to reset my thing. Let's go to Playtime. Talk about Playtime. Anybody talks about Playtime, go for it.
I'm addicted to Gundam. That has nothing to do with what I've been playing. Adam just disappeared. Adam has left the podcast. I don't see him anymore.
He just said he was going to disappear. He said he was going to his thing.
He's
back.
He
just disappeared and came back. Yeah, they opened a Gundam base here in Chicago, the first one in the United States. I went there and I am just fucking addicted to building Gunpla. That's all I do. I do it every day. Me and Matt text each other every day about it, to the point to where Matt is moving into a new house this year, like this month, and he has dug out old Gunpla to start building again, and his wife is like, what the fuck are you doing? We're moving. Like, what are you doing? You're building these little plastic robots, and these things should be in boxes. So yeah, we are...
Is Gunpla specifically Gundam stuff, or is Gunpla a more generic term?
Gunpla specifically Gundam, just because it stands for Gundam and plastic. As lame as that sounds. Okay. But yeah, I'm addicted. I've built 5 now, all up there, but I still have to do some decal stuff and stuff on them, and line work on some of them. What's up, Cozy?
Per Wikipedia, the name Gunpla derives from an abbreviation of Gundam and Playmo. Playmo itself being a portmanteau of plastic and model, since most kits are made of plastic.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, the Gundam base is awesome. They got like a bunch of exclusive kits and stuff. It's really cool. I've been there a few times now. I've been playing the card game online, which is fun. Yeah, planning to go play with strangers in person, which is scary and also fun. So,
Where do you have time for all this? Because you're also playing Arc Raiders with me all the time.
yeah, I mean, I play. Life, man. I do life. I do that thing. Yeah, that's pretty much taken up my whole life. I've been playing more Arc Raiders, which we talked about. There was something else I was excited to talk about, but now I can't even remember what it was. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Oh, I get to see Chad this week. That's exciting.
Ooh.
2.5 days, baby.
Yes, sir.
I got my gold limited edition Mario power-up band ready to go,
shit.
baby.
Yeah, I have my power band. Elise already packed all of our stuff. We're going to Florida, Universal.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. You know, upside down, it kind of looks like Mario.
Yeah, so me and Chad will have a lot to talk about
in terms of Wario one.
In terms of Mario Land down in Florida and the rides there.
Yeah, Super Nintendo World.
I got a question for you real quick. Cozy might be asking the same
this
question.
was
Part of my GIMP skin costume.
Yeah, it looks like
That's
your
for your
Mario GIMP costume.
Your Ruffles GIMP skin. Is it is it like at Disney where the Universals on the coast are completely different, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Even the Nintendo part is completely different.
It's not completely different, but it has an additional Yoshi ride, which only exists in Japan until
And
now.
Donkey Kong.
And then it also has Donkey Kong Country, which now also includes a minecart ride.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Like, what kind of new rides, new attractions you guys are going to experience here? That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
To experience some Japan exclusive Yoshi rides. That's cool.
I probably won't go on the Japan exclusive Yoshi ride because it's for babies, unless like the kids really want to go.
Really?
But yeah, it's a kiddie ride versus.
I'll probably do it because I am a baby. So,
that's right. I'm a baby.
I'm a baby.
I don't have no money.
But yeah, other than that, I'm excited to play more of my ROG Xbox LIX while I'm gone the next week. So, Mega Bonk. You guys heard of Mega Bonk?
Yeah.
I know Adam does. Dude,
fucks hard, dude.
I'm addicted to this. I've been playing it like on my ROG Xbox LIX a bunch. It's so much fun. Like during work, if I'm in a meeting that I don't need to pay attention to, I'm bonking it up, dude. I'm bonking it up. It's a great time.
I love bonking during meetings.
Yeah.
Oh man, going into the bathroom and bonking while nobody's watching is just the best thing ever.
Dude, I'll even bonk when people are watching. I don't even care.
Yeah, bonk with the camera on.
Sneaking in a little bit of bonking in the car in the parking lot. Nobody's looking. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Yeah, that's everything. That's everything I've played.
All right, Chad, or I guess Chad, you can go. I said your name first.
All right, Chad, that's me. Cozy. What's this?
Are we Pokemon now? We should say our names. Clearly, that is a invisible foot-long donut that you printed on your 3D printer.
That is incorrect. That is the cave in the Whirl Islands in Pokemon Silver, Gold, and Crystal in the Johto region because I am currently fighting Lugia, which is Lugia.
Oh, there we Lugia go. Disappeared.
Yeah, currently fighting Lugia right now in Pokemon Crystal for my...
Chad, you better catch him.
Let me talk about catching shit in Pokemon Crystal. I am so glad that the newer games have improved the experience of catching legendary Pokemon because I officially now have Ho-Oh and all 3 legendary dogs, and now I'm getting Lugia, and that will complete the Johto legendaries. And it is fucking obnoxious. If I were not playing on my analog pocket right now with save states, I would have eaten my cartridge. I would have literally taken the entire cartridge trying to find these fucking dogs. Because if you aren't familiar with Pokemon Gen 2 and these dogs, they're roaming, which means as soon as you set them free late in the story, they will randomly show up when you are, just randomly walking through grass. And there's no way to know where they're going to be except for hope that you one time run into them. And every time you run into them, they immediately run away. And so Yeah, I have used save states on the Analog Pocket. Thank you, Analog Pocket, for allowing that to happen with physical cartridges. As soon as I find it, boom, save state. And then I've got this polywhirl with hypnosis, put that shit to sleep. If it doesn't work, boom, reload the save state, put it to sleep. If it doesn't work, reload the save state, put it to sleep, then it goes to sleep. Cool. All right, now I'm going to attack it. Oop, that was too strong. I killed it. Reload the save state, put it to sleep, and I just do that. And then I get right to the point where it's like 1 health, it's asleep, boom, save state, throw an Ultra Ball. It got out. Save state, throw an Ultra Ball. It got out. And I did that with Ho-Oh yesterday for like probably 2 hours of just throwing Pokeball after Pokeball after Pokeball after Pokeball after Pokeball and reloading save states.
You need to use some Ultra Balls, man.
No, I mean, yeah, I was throwing Ultra Balls.
Okay.
And it was, 1 HP, asleep. Miserable time. But I got it. I'm about to do the same thing with Lugia tonight as I lay my little head down to sleep.
Quick question, Chad. I missed what version are you playing where it's so difficult to catch the boxed Pokemon?
Crystal. Pokemon Crystal.
Crystal's just super hard to catch, the ones that are only one version. I just never had problems as a kid. I remember them being tough fights, but you always got them.
I mean, you always encountered the boxed ones, and you could always do the save trick where, up until ZA, you could always do the save trick where you just save your game. If you accidentally kill it, or if you run out of Pokeballs, then you just turn off the console and turn it back on.
Yeah.
But
I just don't think I've never
always
not gotten the legendaries. I feel like I've always gotten the legendary, but I don't remember as a kid, so who fucking knows?
When I was a kid too, it was always, I had way too much time on my hands, and I was like, cool, I'm going to go fight Mewtwo, and I'm going to fucking shoot Ice Beam at it until it freezes. And in Gen 1, you can't unfreeze. You're frozen, you're dead. You're frozen. So then I can just like peck at it with my pecker. So chuck Ultra Balls at it until I'm dead.
Back in the day, the first Pokemon game I ever played was Pokemon Red, which I very much enjoyed. But the thing about Pokemon Red is there were legendary Pokemon in that game, but there were no legendary Pokemon that you're quote unquote forced to encounter. So I never had to deal with going out and, the pain associated with catching legendary Pokemon. Next Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Sapphire, where in that game you are forced into an encounter with that game's cover art legendary, which is Kyogre. And first time fighting it, I was like, I don't know what to do. It didn't occur to me at all. Oh, I could just catch this guy. I had a Tropius in my party, which is a flying grass type Pokemon that knows the move Whirlwind, which will make any wild Pokemon encounter automatically end. Used it on Kyogre, and I was like, all right, I saved the day, because in the narrative of the game, Kyogre is causing environmental havoc on the world. And so I'm like, well, I defeated Kyogre. I made him go away. All's good in the world. And that was back in the day, where nowadays many modern Pokemon games will have safeguards in place in case you accidentally fate a legendary Pokemon. They'll make it so that you can rebattle them at like a later time and place. But back in the day, if you made Kyogre go away, if you made him faint, you're not catching Kyogre at all.
Nope. And that was basically the strongest Pokemon in the game, and you lost your shot.
Yeah. Oh well.
What I also want to complain about real quick. First of all, I've gotten all 8 badges, beat the Elite Four, got 7 badges in Kanto. I just need 1 more. Enjoyed the game. It's an old Pokemon game, but I've talked about this before, but it's even more apparent here. The HMs are the fucking worst. The fact that they're permanent moves that you cannot forget. And in this one, there are 3 fucking water HMs. You have to have Surf, Waterfall, and Whirlpool. And so if you have 1 water Pokemon in your party, that's their whole fucking life now, is just being the HM bitch. And then if you want to have it, you have to take up another slot of your fucking inventory if you want to have. So now I have Suicune and Red Gyarados. I've tried to like make this playthrough like a combination of use Pokemon I normally would never use before to make it interesting. So I'm not using the same strong Pokemon every time. So I would use Zubat and Golbat and now Crobat. I was using, I can't remember who else, but doing that thing. But then I was also like, I also want to kind of use the Pokemon that are uniquely this gen. So you got Suicune in there as part of the story. Boom. Now I've got Suicune. I got Red Gyarados because he's shiny because of Lake of Rage and all that shit. Boom, got him in there. But they're just HM bitches. So if I want to keep a dragon move in there for Gyarados, or an ice move, I want to teach Aurora Beam to Suicune. Gotta have 2. And have 2 water Pokemon in my thing at all time. Stupid as shit.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. Oh, more Pokemon shit. Played
Ooh.
Pokemon ZA DLC, Mega Dimensions, the new Raichu, all the brand new Mega Evolutions. The trope of the DLC is you're going into these alternate dimension of Lumio City through magic portals that show up that you have to feed Hoopa donuts, and the higher quality donuts you feed them, the higher level Pokemon and stuff like that you can take on in these. Kind of interesting story-ish narrative, like idea behind the whole thing. Cool new Mega Evolutions. There's a ton of new Mega Evolutions in this thing. In this DLC, which are really cool to experience. And like you always see a pop-up little dimensional portal says unknown Mega Evolution here. It's like, oh shit, can't wait to go see who this is and see whatever weird fucking form they're in. So that was cool. But that gameplay loop gets old real fast. Despite having portals all over the city, there are really only like 4 or 5 different dimension areas that you end up going into at any one time, and they're like the size of a city block or two, and they just get old, and the objective in there is almost always the same, and it's just you have to do it so much because there are so many like points in the main line where it's like, all right, now you have to go and get 25,000 research points, which you do by just going into portals and doing the objectives, and it's just like more of this shit. But I beat that. Didn't complete the Pokedex there, but I think I probably won't. Overall, underwhelming. But cool Mega Evolutions. Just go look them, go Google them. You can't get anything out of the ZA games. They're trapped there anyway, so it's not worth even getting them if you're not. You're like, oh, I'm going to transfer to this. No, you're not. You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And play more operators, baby.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's it?
And so many games.
Before you so rudely interrupted by saying Arc Raiders, I was going to say that you talking about Pokemon Legends ZA would be the perfect transition for me to talk about what I've been playing. And by the way, I hope that you're not actually sad about me saying that Arc Raiders was annoying for you.
No,
I don't know what
Arc
I
Raiders
just said.
is the best. Arc Raiders is the best. So can't hurt that thing's feelings.
It's just a concept. It's not a person.
I've been playing
Not yet.
quite a few
Wait
games
till
myself
AI gets better.
over the break, including Pokemon Legends ZA as well. I have not played as much of the DLC as Chad, but I did start it, and so I'm pretty early on in it. The problem is that I kind of got swept up off my feet by a bunch of other games that I wanted to play over break, so didn't invest as much time into it. I'm sure I'll get around to it eventually. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, even though I can totally see, Chad, how what you're describing might prove annoying in the long run. Outside of Legends ZA, a lot of my break was spent mopping up a bunch of my like top 10 games for my personal top 10 2025 games list from last year. Played a lot more of Donkey Kong Bonanza. Did not get around to the DLC in that game, but I'll eventually get around to it at some point. I don't feel like there's any rush to go out and play that as soon as possible. Played quite a bit more of Hades 2. I managed to find a certain set of spoilery characters, who I will not reveal for the sake of spoilers, but if you've played Hades 2, you probably know who I'm referring to. I still have a couple bits of story content that I need to clean up at this point, but I'm basically well into the end game at this point. All things considered, when I reflect back on some of my prior personal game of the year choices from the past few years, I do find that there oftentimes is a little bit of buyer's remorse. I feel like, did Deathloop come out in 2023 or was that 2022?
22? Maybe 21?
I think it's like a 21-20 game, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
21. 21. Yeah.
Deathloop came out in 2021. I say that because I remember giving Deathloop my personal game of the year in 2021. And I remember after the fact feeling a little bit of buyer's remorse over doing so. Similarly with Metaphor ReFantasia last year, I was really high on that game immediately after I beat it. And as the months passed, I found myself less and less hot on that game. Hades 2, however, I still feel fully satisfied with as my personal game of the year for 2025. That game is as good as it was when I first started playing it. I'm looking forward to logging many more hours in it because it continues to be such a treat. Another game from 2025 that I logged a few more hours into that I did not expect to touch again was Dispatch. When I talked about Dispatch last on the podcast, I said that I wasn't likely to go back to this game because when it comes to these narrative heavy, choice heavy games, I, feel very protective of the choices that I made. And so I didn't really want to go and mess with some of those choices. The thing about Dispatch, however, is I actually really, really loved the minigame, the dispatching minigame in Dispatch. I know that was not a universal opinion when we did our Game of the Year episode last year. I know there were some people among us who felt more mixed about the dispatching minigame in it. I personally really loved it, and I would love for them to put out a mode in Dispatch that just allows you to play the dispatching minigame. Short of that, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go through and replay this game again just to play that minigame. And so I decided to go through it, and you know what? I'm just going to do the Invisigal route, even though I was totally fine and comfortable with playing with Blonde Blazer last time around. Still really love the game, still really enjoyed it. I will say, playing through it again and making slightly different narrative choices did expose one of the kind of slightly uncomfortable truths about Dispatch, which is that a lot of choices that you make in that game that seem like they're going to have massive consequences don't necessarily have as dramatic consequences as you expect them to. If you're concerned about spoilers for Dispatch, you might want to tune out for just the next 30 seconds or so. In Dispatch, you play the Blonde Blazer route. It's revealed that Blonde Blazer derives her power from an amulet that allows her to turn into a superhero. Much later on in that route, there is a certain character who gets incapacitated who uses that same amulet to become superpowered himself, and he uses that to help save the day at the very end. Playing through the Invisigal route, I assumed that they were not going to do that same plot beat again at the end of the game, because the Invisigal route doesn't at all delve into how it is that Blonde Blazer obtains her powers. The whole amulet aspect of her is not elaborated upon, which resulted in me being kind of disappointed when we got to the end of the game and they did the exact plot beat, even though that particular amulet thing was not well set up at all. Thought that was a little disappointing. All that said, the game is still a lot of fun, still, for the most part, well written in most other aspects of it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do next. Those were all the games that I played over break that I had previously played in 2025, but I played a couple new games. One of those games is... Everything okay, Chad?
No, I'm just excited to hear what new games.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you're looking at the forum right now, you can see what a couple of them might be. One of those games is our BARF game for January and February, Returnal. I actually got my copy of Returnal from my local library, which is very convenient, but it also means that at some point I'll have to go back and see if they'd be willing to renew it, because I believe I only have my copy at the moment until the 26th. I'm going to, like usual, I'm going to save most of my thoughts on the game until the end of the month. I will say right now, my love for Hades 2 and the extensive time I spent playing it definitely looms large over this game. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Well, you'll have to wait for our review at the end of February to find out. That's all I'll say on that for the time being. Another game that I played was Prey, the 2017 game. As you know, last year I played Metroid Prime 4, walked away from it somewhat disappointed, and I was looking for another game to scratch the Metroid Prime itch that Prime 4 didn't really provide for me. And, Metroid fans online, scratch that itch. Scratch it real good. People were talking about, what games that they wished Metroid Prime 4 had more closely emulated, games from the modern era that provide that Metroid Prime-like experience, despite not being Metroid Prime themselves. 3 games tended to come up a lot in conversation. Those games were Dark Souls and its sequels, of which I've played quite a few of, the Star Wars Jedi games, of which I played the first, and Prey 2017. I never played Prey 2017 before, and it was on sale for cheap on the PlayStation Store at the time, and decided to buy it and give it a go. I only ended up playing a few hours of it before I decided to take a break. I, so far, really respect Prey. I think that Arcane Austin, rest in peace, had just a really great clarity of vision for what they wanted this game to be. That's really striking. And the further that I delve into this game, the more I find myself really appreciating why it is that Metroid fans specifically cite this game as an example of how to do a good, modern 3D Metroid Prime style game, due to it having just really interesting open-ended level design, due to how many of its weapons, like the blue gun, which you obtain early on, having both really creative, like combat and out of combat explorative purposes, and the game also like literally having a scan visor, again, like in Metroid Prime. However, even though the game has a lot of these Metroidvania elements, it's still very much an immersive sim at its core, and it's a really, really tough immersive sim, much tougher than I was expecting it to be. And that kind of deterred me from wanting to continue playing it with gusto. Plus, also, when it was decided that Returnal was our barf game for January, I figured I probably should focus on that instead. It's very likely that once I managed to make a good dent in Returnal, that I will go back and give Prey 2017 a bit more of its due. I'm not absolutely jonesing to immediately jump back into it, but I know that Prey 2017 is one of those games that a lot of people really swear by. I know that people on this podcast have really loved Prey 2017 in the past, and so I definitely will return to it at some point, but kind of want to make a dent in Returnal first before I do so. And so, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Cool. That's it?
Yep.
What did you play, Adam? You disappeared. You said somebody else talking, then you never came back and talked about your shit.
Oh, nothing.
No,
All right.
All right.
Well, that's the show.
Yeah, that's it. No, I mean, I'm not going to go that deep in on it. I played the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC because I started a new game plus, because they apparently had a new game plus. So I played the DLC of that. It's fine. It's fun. It's just another part of a very enjoyable game. Nothing crazy. And then I beat Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and I'm working on the DLCs for it currently. So,
how do you feel about it?
Wow.
It's good. It is so much. This is an Ubisoft game. You know what an Ubisoft open world game is. But let me tell you, after watching Fire and Ash, I don't know what it is. Those movies aren't that good. But man, is that an enjoyable world, though. Every time I watch those movies, like, fuck, I love these blue fuckers. This is fun to hang out in. And that game is, it might be one of the best looking games, art direction wise, just because you're on Pandora and everything's bioluminescent and stuff. But the game's gorgeous. You go in there. I believe the full campaign in like 15 hours, 20 hours. It's not crazy long. But I just wanted to beat the main game so I could get to the Fire and Ash DLC that they added recently, like when the movie came out. So I'm just in Avatar mood, and I'm like, oh, this is a very good game. It's very pretty. And I'm just running around as an 8-foot-tall cat, just punching dudes in the head and killing them. So it's a fun game. If you like Avatar, play it. If you don't like Avatar, it will not be enjoyable, even a little bit. But yeah, that's it. That's my life. Okay.
Fallout Season 2 is cool.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm only on episode 3. I gotta watch the new episode, but that's been very good as well.
Oh yeah, and the new episode, they pull themselves together inside and stop falling outside, and they just like stand
Instead
up
of
right
falling
inside.
out, they're coming in. Yeah, it's great. What about Secret Level Season 2 is very good as well. That came out in the end of December.
Have you all seen that?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, if you go to
not.
Netflix. I know the first season was on Amazon, but you go to Netflix, and I forget what they renamed or rebranded it after the first season. It's something I don't know what it means. It's like K-pop Demon Hunters or something like that. And it's just one big long episode now instead of a bunch of different ones. But it's cool. Good music. I didn't expect them to be singing in the Secret Level, but yeah, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters, aka Secret Level Season 2.
What a good recommendation.
60 million people have already watched it, but if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. If we're talking about what we've been watching on streaming over break, I watched all 3 Tron movies and at least 1/3 of Tron Uprising, the TV show from, what was it, like 2010, 2011. Gotta
After
say,
Legacy came out, yeah.
Tron Uprising, better than all three.
Yeah,
That
those
new
movies.
Tron
that's
movie
an
was
unpopular
like,
opinion,
you
but-
know what? I didn't watch any of the other movies, but this third movie was like, that's a Jared Leto action movie.
That's a movie.
It was fine.
Yeah,
It wasn't the worst
everything
thing on
that
the
comes
world that
with
all the
that.
other Tron fans said it was.
The
But
soundtrack is kind of cool. And
That's what Tron
soundtrack's
is.
good.
That's all Tron is. It's like cool soundtrack, cool visuals, nothing. There's nothing else about those movies that's even slightly remarkable. But it is fun to look at, fun to listen to.
Oh man, the thing about last thing I'll say about Tron, the latest one, Tron Ares. So the whole thing in that is, of course, what's his face? Jared Leto plays the titular Ares, who's like, you know, one of those robot computer programs. And the entire time I'm watching the movie, I'm like, man, his acting is atrocious. But I know, knowing Jared Leto, that he probably had some very method process coming up with this particular character and his diction and the way he moves and talks and acts. And it's like, oh man, what a fucking clusterfuck. Fun movie though. Not as good
look
as
at this.
Tron Uprising.
Look at this fucking beautiful condition Dragon Warrior 3 I picked up in a retro game store.
Whoa. Look at that nice Akira Toriyama
Label.
art on the cover of that thing. Oh, it's disappearing.
Oh. And then the GOAT N64 game.
Is there?
I just heard a lot of
Wave
sex
race.
noises
I
and
was
some
gonna say-
wrestling. I didn't know what was happening over there.
What the hell was that?
A plastic
race.
bag, maybe?
Yeah, it was a plastic bag in which Wave Race
Oh.
belongs.
Whoa.
Very good. You can close out the episode now, Chad.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're gonna go do a After Dark now. The Game on Game Show. Nope. Thanks everyone for listening to RAF 418. First one back after a month off. We're Rusty Wallace, number 2. That's his car number. Well, it was when I stopped paying attention to NASCAR. Oh, lots of Dale Earnhardt in my life in the last couple of days. Yeah, sent Joel some pictures. Some naughty nude Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, that picture of you in the Dale Earnhardt shaped child's bed was crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. When I shaved the Dale Earnhardt mustache into my pubes and then just sent you a dick pic, that was. RAF episode 418. Thank you so much for listening. Play Returnal, everyone. Play Returnal. If you are of Critic, go, review 10 out of 10 for Soros when that comes out, the sequel to Returnal, sequel-ish to Returnal. Patreon.com/respawning where you can go and vote on barf games like you just did for Returnal, where you also get the After Dark episodes like you're going to get after we record it in just a second. And you get to give yourself a cookie. If you have a
Chad,
cookie at your home, you get to eat a cookie when you give it to yourself.
Speaking of cookies and Dale Earnhardt Jr., I just posted in the chat a link to Oreo-themed Dale Earnhardt clocks that you can bet on.
First of all, we don't do Dale Earnhardt Jr. here.
Whoa.
This is a Dale Earnhardt only household. And by that, I mean they did follow Dale Jr. for a very long time, but he's just apparently not a good racer anymore. And maybe doesn't race anymore. I don't know. I don't follow
He
NASCAR.
doesn't race anymore. Now he just does
Okay.
podcasts.
Okay. He just does pot, apparently. That says Joel. That's it, everyone. Actually, no, if he smoked pot, are you kidding me? His fan base would fucking lynch him. Because
Oh, man.
those people. Anyway, do we have anything else to say? Check out Tier List, a video game podcast. Until next time, here's our usual sign off. Raise hail, praise Dale.